Hey Duckman, how are you, sir? You alright? Just doing some random building today. I just for a level of play and click and just trying to improve things a little bit. Thank you for joining. Hope you're well. Just trying to get the terrain right with these now before I start building, because you need to get your sight lines right. My day's been good. Hard day at work as always, but that's life. How's yours? Not too much? Yeah, I've been at work all day. Man, it's busy but not busy. Kind of one of those situations where you're a busy fool, but not much is going on at the minute, unfortunately. Mainly because of what's going on in the world. Hey. Problem when you try and bring in a massive blueprint that was designed around the terrain. And you try and make the terrain... Oh, score has just ended. Sorry, dude. That's good, I suppose, in a way. Crikey. A long time since I could say at school. Ah. Good, isn't it? Woody dipping in and out. Just works well. And it just floats through the back there. Don't think I'm going to stick with the red rock on this. It doesn't suit the park. We'll go for a rocky, piney look. And I guess Colorado-y style in the States, maybe. That makes sense. Hilly, pine trees and stuff. Do like a rock work with waterfall and some bobs, I reckon. It just doesn't, I just don't like the red rock, should we say. So, it's kind of gonna stick with the look throughout the park. Because you can make Western work in different ways. You don't have to have the red rock. Blends so much better now. There will want some rocks in there. Just have a lighter rock than what's in the pirate area. So Little bits done to the western area. We do have the shops just here with toilets. Coaster comes over the top. Some supports in there as well, just to kind of make it look like it's one. Shoots through the back here. Looks very minimal at the moment, but yeah, that will come along eventually. I just can't get the vibe to. It's like these. I like these. They work really well at night time. I suppose once I get all the track sports in a little bit more around, they'll kind of blend in a little bit more, I guess. But it's a bit odd at the minute, to me. I'll put the lamp in the middle with some ropes. Just put that western look, hopefully not pirate. Too much pirate in my world. So. Everyone hear me all right? What's your most favourite coaster you've ever made? Gonna be honest with you, it's... Ooh, I don't know actually. Question. It's one of those questions you kind of... best coaster I've ever made? Probably Big Bluey from Fundlands. Or Rush from Fundlands. They worked really well. I think my best cascade is this one. Have you seen this, Duckman? I think that's my best cascade since I've started playing the game. But in respect of coaster, I'd probably say Big Bluey from Fundland. Just kind of worked really, really well, kept the pace well the whole way through and so forth. And it went around the park, which was really nice. So what do we think of this area now that I've kind of finished that look? Haven't obviously blended the back in and so forth, so it's going to look extremely different once trees are in there and so forth. But again, we got the main theme of the park through the walkway, and then the separation of areas as you come through. Western, pirate, and steampunk. There's just so much to do. There really, really is. I think what we'll do is we will do the supports on this. So let's do this. Right. Gotta get doing it, otherwise I'm never gonna get it done. So, how am I going to do this? Life changed a bit, mate, unfortunately. I'm on my own now, so things change. But Marley's doing well. Bless his little cotton socks, he's doing really well. Hope yours is doing well, my friend. Okay, how to do this? Do I want it out so that it looks like the coaster goes through it, or do I want it so that the track runs on it? I So this is going to look a little bit strange at first, but it will good once it's done. So then paste that to just so running Fundland. Not fun. Highlander. It's 2 years ago now, maybe. Lucky. And now time flies. There it is. I think I'd just use a woody for this, wouldn't I? Like to be things difficult. So, let's try this again. So that is the correct angle. So we want that. Won't have cross beams until we absolutely see it. Hello. Fine, so. Oh, it's going to be painful. So this is how many we want. Yeah, of 2. Evening, guys. Welcome all. See you later, dude. Stay safe. I'm happy. Playing Planet Coaster. What else is there to do at the minute? Not much. Thanks for watching, dude. See you soon. I hope school's good. See you later. Hey, Coaster Tube. How are you, sir? You alright? Playing a bit of Coaster this evening. Chilling out, relaxing. Hard day work. Hopefully this is going to look alright when it's done. Don't want to be wonky, do they? A little wonky one more. Short steps. Cause big work. Oh, I'm not going to make this easier for myself. This don't look right. This looks alright, but you need 101 million to make it work. Hey Dan, how are you, dude? You all good? Hope you're well, my friend. Just trying to work out some support structures for this, basically. Make it look westerny, should we say? Just a little bit stuck on how to make that happen. I'm gonna have to load up another part, guys, because I've got to figure out something. Save this. There's a park I did it in before, and I can't remember how I did it, so bear with me a few moments. Hey Eliane, how are you? You good, sir? Hope you're well. Oh, what's going on? So, I just need to load Pyrolandia up to get an idea again of how I did it on the previous one. Where is it? 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 Ah. Install main menu. Can't remember what I named it now. Good. Oh, thank you, sir. I'm just having a random play. I'm just trying to get into the swing of things in respect of doing what do you call it? Framework and so forth, working on all areas to the different sides of the park, etc. Just lacking a little bit of inspiration at the minute. And I'm just trying to remember how I did the multiple supports. Good, Dan. Good to hear it, mate. Everyone's struggling a little bit at the minute, especially in the UK. I kind of want lockdown to be over, but don't want it to go back into another one, should we say? So yeah. Looking forward to the 12th. Not that I'm a huge drinker, but it's going to be nice to go to the pub and have a pint on the way home after work, maybe. Socialise with the boys from work. As we all live near our local, which is quite funny, actually. So, about half a mile away from where I live now. So, yeah. Good fun. Just looking forward to things going back to normal in some respects, but you know, how far are we away from actual normality? Probably another year. 6 months to a year, maybe. Yes, 12th is theme park day as well, yes. I'm going to leave it a little bit though, because I kind of want to have the jab, or should I say the vaccination, before I start mingling with lots of people. Don't know about you guys, but yeah, I'd love to get back to theme parking again. Really would. Can't remember when was the last time I went on a roller coaster. I think it was November the 4th, 2019, which was the last. I think it was horror night at Alton Towers, and it was amazing. Going on all the coasters at night time. First time I'd ever done it at Alton Towers, and yeah, got some great shots as well actually of the. A quick look. I can't remember where I had them. Not wrong one. Can't remember where I had them now. Hopefully this won't ask me for my password. No, I don't want notifications. Right, where am I? Here I am. Where were they? I'll tell you the exact date actually the last time I went. Where was it? Yeah, because when we went for the 4th, it was raining and horrible. It was vile, really. Where are they? There they are. So yeah, I've done a little bit of picture editing on these, but you got a lot planned. Yeah, Chessington, Holton's Park, then a huge trip. Crikey. That is all over the UK, dude. You're going to do some vlogs? But yeah, I've got these lovely photos, and there's a dual, simple photo, but just, there was no one around, the smoke, the lighting was just perfect. And this was walking down from the runaway mine train, and this was just next to, I think it was Catania Canyon, I think it was. Hey, here we go. Anyway. Yeah, looking forward to it for when things to get back to normal. So, so what I have loaded this up for is just to have a recap of how I did all this. I did it in sections by the looks of it. Sorry, Eliane, you've been making new coasters. Oh, cool, man. How is the console edition? I don't have a console, so I don't know how it works, but I understand it's a bit frustrating. Wow, 2-week trip to film a documentary, 40 months hard vlogs done at the same time. Yeah, I the last few times I've been, or should I say the first few times I've been actually, I did a few silent vlogs, so just basically like walking around the park, doing a few videos of coasters, bits and bobs, obviously no POVs, we're not allowed to do that in the UK. Yeah, no, I miss it a lot. And I was saying to somebody the other day actually, hey Krishy, how are you, stranger? I was saying to someone the other day that it would be nice to get on a coaster. But I also sit there and think, what would it actually be like having a year and a half off getting on a coaster? I'm up to 40 years old now, you know, not the best. But yeah, I've got a feeling it will hurt. But everyone to their own. So how did I do it? I did this in a single section and rotated it through. And then extended it. Extended it. Oh, it's me. Long day. Hey Gabe, how you doing, dude? Changed the name. So I did it into sections. Has everybody seen this park from me? This was my original pirate park that I did, I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago now. I think it was about 2 years ago. It got reviewed at the beginning of last year, so I think I finished it. August 19, if I remember rightly. So, yeah. Crikey, amazing what you do in a few months. Oh, you watched Spotlight the other day? Yes, the other name was too dodgy, Pier. Yeah, well, I have to admit, I misspelt it when I put the entry form in. And bless Johnny, I didn't realise that they don't proofread everything beforehand. And lo and behold, when he'd done the review, he called it Pier, which is my bad. I have apologised, but it is what it is. I was rushing when I was putting the form in for some reason. Right, so we know how we did that. So we did we did a whole section and then replicated it around to make it look. So I rotated that as well down. Right, okay, I've got it now. Okay, so load park. God, excuse me, guys. Gabe, I'm just trying to figure out how I did things in other parks to put into New Build Park. It's got a bit of a mental block at the minute, should I say, for any, I don't know, creation. Oh, the creative side of myself. Mainly because I'm so tired from work. Doing 10 hours a day at the minute with pretty much no lunch break. Just, yeah, constantly busy, which is a good thing. It's a good thing in these times. Keeps the minds off what's actually going on in the world. But, yeah, takes its toll when you get home, should I say. So I know you want this park done, sir, and it will be done eventually. Eventually. Right, so let's give this another go then. So, delete. I just remember it looking so good in Pyrolandia that I kind of had to go back to it just to figure it out. So, tee this, get some wood. Needs to get back in the groove, guys. Needs to get back in the groove. Kind of fire's missing me. Right, let's do this. Hey Parrot, long time no see, dude. Hope you're well. Been up to much recently? Okay, so that. working on your documentary now, Dan. I'll have to have a look at that then, dude. You upload it to the tube? So... what's going on now? Thank you. Hopefully this won't look too repetitive. It didn't. Hey Gav, how are you, sir? You alright? Just having a little bit of a play this evening. I'm just trying to figure out how to sort this thing out. Idea how I can not rate the piece counts at the same time, make it look awesome. So now that's too bloody skinny. What's going on? Yeah. Oh, got it. Does that work? I remember how I did this now. I did it block by block to keep up with F1. Do I keep up with F1? I do very much indeed. Dare I say it? I'm a huge... Oh, sorry, Dan. In the script right now, probably uploaded by the end of the year though. End of the year? That's like 7 months away, dude. No, 8 months. 9 months. Oh, script stage setting it up. Right, sorry, misunderstood, dude. Yes, Parrot, I am a very big Formula 1 fan, and I've just been binge watched the whole of Drive to Survive, if you're into that, dude. I absolutely love it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat on this. Well, I'm not going to cheat, but I am going to... You'd think other things wouldn't interfere with it when all you've got is the wood. Yeah, I've binge watched the whole lot. Nimzor's just finished his park. Yes, he has just finished his park actually, but I'm a bit annoyed because he hasn't uploaded it. And what I wanted to do this evening was have a little walk around it and show you guys it really. Because 112,000 piece count is a heck of a lot of pieces, and I'm not saying people don't have great PCs, but I thought I'd give it a test and see how it would go, so that everybody that can't download it and can't play it at a decent frame rate had the opportunity of seeing it. Obviously friends of mine, subscribers of the channel and so forth. It's not to build the channel, it's just to have a look around it. I do it from time to time, and I enjoy it thoroughly, looking around some friends' parks. Nimzor I've spoken to a number of times over the last couple of years. Really nice guy, and he definitely knows what he's doing, should we say. So yeah, you may think, what the hell am I doing here? But there is a method behind the madness, should we say, in this particular bit. But yeah, I think the next episode, Parrot, is Man on Fire, I think, or you're on that one of the two with Roman, Mr. Grosjean. Shone a whole new light for me, should I say, on the situation, because I thought his social media was quite interesting because they portrayed him as a Superman leaving the fire and everything like that, and in reality he didn't agree to any of that. because me and a few of my friends actually sat there and went, well, you don't really want to milk something like that. But at the same time, you know, anyone that gets stuck in a 500-degree fireball of flame in half a car underneath a barrier deserves credit. I'm going to be honest with you. I would need a change of underwear, should I say, let alone skin graft. Yeah, no, credit where it's due. It was amazing. I specifically will never forget that. MCU for the first time. MCU? What's MCU? Not to be rude, Dan. It was scary. It was scary indeed, Parrot. I mean, I remember the last time it happened with, unfortunately, God rest his soul, Jules Bianchi. Oh, I can't remember his name now. Hubert from last year in the F2 at Spa, and it's never nice, especially when a bit of my background is racing when I was younger, and it's really not nice. And my boss at work, excuse me, sorry, let's get me all wound up now. Oh, Avengers, Iron Man, and all those. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm a little bit, no, I wouldn't say I'm too old for them, but I wouldn't say I got bored of them either. But I just found them kind of like they were just releasing them for the money more than the stories, I think, with the Marvels. But then it's just me, it's my age, it's what I like film-wise, etc. But just going back to the Formula One, my boss is a European go-kart champion from about, I think it was 5-6 years ago. And we continually chat about Formula One, racing in general, cars, you name it. Really love my job. And yeah, it's a hard one when you're involved with it. You know, and the worst thing was when it reminded me of Jules Bianchi it's the silence that they do without showing the cameras. You know what I mean? You're kind of just left, and the way they portray it in Drive to Survive is exactly how it feels for everybody. Just that complete silence, and the way that the drivers were. It just blows my mind that they can get back in a car and then just go for it. It's phenomenal. I don't know how else to put it, really. I mean, I had a bad car crash coming on 13 years ago. Someone hit me head on ice doing 80 miles an hour on a country lane, even though it was minus 14 degrees. I mean, who wakes up and does that? But it is what it is. Unfortunately, ruined my shoulders for the rest of my life, but it is. But I couldn't get back in the car straight away. I just couldn't do it. It knocked me for 6 for a few days, but got back in, you know, started driving again, and started enjoying the freedom that it brings you. And I mean, that was only a head-on car crash. I think the total impact was about 130 miles an hour. I was doing about 40, 50. But I saw the hazards ahead and was slowing down, and unfortunately the other gentleman didn't. He decided to plough on into the front of me. Lo and behold, brand new company car, down the pan. I'd been off work for 8 weeks with operation anyway. And then 2 days after being back at work, I ended up writing the car. Well, I didn't, he did. Yeah, funny how things work, really. But no, if you want 100k plus park, try Worldwide Park from Channel 5 a couple of days ago. It's done really well. Worldwide Park? What was that? Really? Worldwide Park. Oh, the one Zell did. Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet, Dan. I need to have a look at that. I've been playing in the evenings instead of what do you call it? Watching, should we say? But the weekend I was a bit busy. Just doing a few things, tidying up. I've got a new desk now in my bedroom, so I don't have to lie on the bed and get all uncomfortable. So hopefully can get back into the swing of things with this a little bit more. Hopefully. So, trick with this is, what I'm going to do is, this is where it's then time consuming. So, have that. With that. That is there. And then put all that. That. This is why not a lot of people do custom supports, and if they do, it takes an absolute age. So X that, and then real world, lower down, go to the second cylinder. There you go. You've got your custom supports, and then you have to do the same and the same and the same for all. But the advantage is if you know what you're using in respect of your pieces, how the game works, it's not too bad. I can never get used to using a keyboard for the controls. Yeah, I'll take a look at that part, Dan. That does it. I did start watching it at work just for about 5 minutes, but yeah, just never got round to finishing it off. So Gabe the other day put a comment on the other video saying, I think it was yesterday when I did the POV video, said, you know, now hurry up and finish it off. If only it were that simple. I'd have 15 parks a year done. Did I watch the Park Spotlight 400? Yes, I did. And I sent Johnny Anzel a message saying thank you very much for mentioning me throughout the video. I was surprised that his park was modelled, that I gave the inspiration. I'm going to be honest with you on that one. But I can see why and where it came from. But at the same time, some of the building on that was just phenomenal. I mean, that fish on the hill was just, it blew my mind. And the dark rides, I mean, I've never massively ventured into dark rides, I'm going to be honest. Something that I am contemplating on this, but I think what I might do is build it separately and then put it in, subject to how I want it to look. But the scenes that he had going through that was just phenomenal. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I sent a message to Chase, thanking for the fact that my part gave him inspiration. It's always nice. It's always nice when people look at your builds and go, that's given them the ideas to do what they done. Yeah, the boat ride, and I mean, I'm no good at the whole, what do you want to call it? Uploading custom images, music, voiceovers, all that kind of stuff. It's just, I'm not that technological when it comes to all that. I can barely put a video together. So when people ask why don't I do these things, it's really because I don't really know how. But we all learn from advice, and unfortunately nobody at the minute has helped me. But I'll get there one day, I suppose. I mean, it scares me when I look at the workshop and have a look at what people upload onto there and what you need to download to be able to really enjoy their work. And it just scares me when it says, oh, you have to go on Google Drive and all this. I'm like, well, what's that? What does that do? You know, I don't even have anything of my own stored online, bar this. That is it. I'd probably say I'm a bit of an old fogey when it comes to storing stuff online and bits and bobs. I just prefer my security. So when people have the ability to go in and download my stuff, it scares me, I guess, is the way of putting it. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe I sound a bit odd. Maybe I'm not up with the times, but it just, the less you put online, the less chance you have of getting done over. That's how I view it. But everyone's different. Yes. Excuse me. Sounds a bit lame, actually, saying it like that, but it is what it is. I'm still yet to find a decent, what do you call it? Editing software program that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. So I just use the Windows video app editor. Could we say that's the reason why none of my scenes blend or anything like that? But the occasional time I'll download something and have a little play with it. I did try Wondershare, which I think is labeled Filmora, if I remember correctly. It works well if you're into photography and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, it worked all right with this. I was playing with it last night. But they said they put a watermark on it. And I thought, it would just be something in the bottom corner. Bloody blah. And then spent an hour doing those POVs last night, making it look wicked, having it fade in and out, text, you name it, little bits and bobs. And as I exported the video, decided to put a massive grey banner across the middle of the screen with Wondershare, Filmora stuff on it, obviously. And just completely wasted an hour of my life. And I sat there and then still ended up having to go and use the Windows video editing, which is a bit of a shit. But, pardon the language, sorry. Yeah, no, one day I'll get the Filmora. Yeah, I don't know, I just didn't get on with it, Dan. Don't know why. There's a couple I've used that I really liked, but they're so expensive that you sit there and go, not sure. But again, everyone to their own. My boss uses Filmora for his videos, and what he does is absolutely brilliant. But that's great for showing cars. And he's the one actually that recommended it to me. And I wouldn't say it's a bad system. It just, for me, I can't remember the one I used. I had one that I used, and it was really, really good. But you can only use it once free, which is just understandable. So for the minute, it's just the Windows one until life decides to change a little bit. And then, yeah, who knows? World's my oyster in that respect. So what do we think then, guys? Do we think this is working? So let's do a little thing here. Let's grab this, grab that, grab that. All the way over here. Get rid of the crack spots. Yeah, and then throughout the course of it, change the position of certain things, make it look a little bit different. So, I know Western traditionally things are pretty bob on, if I remember rightly. They're not quite like pirate. Yeah, I haven't got an iPad Parrot. Wish I did, dude. I do have an 11 Pro, which is about my only most technological thing I have, apart from my CPU, this computer. And it works well, but how do I get the videos from the computer onto the phone so that I can edit them? That's where I struggle. Because it's Apple, obviously. How do you actually get them on there so that when you go into the movie editor, or the movie maker, should I say, you can do all the stuff that you do with them. That's where I struggle. Now, is it a case of me just plugging my phone in and copying and pasting the videos over? I don't know. That's where I'm a little bit lost on these kind of things, guys. Again, not the most technological. I am a brainy git and I can work things out. It did take me 2 years to upgrade my computer, but that was more down to lack of knowledge how to play around with the computer. And I just save on my OneDrive and open on my... Yeah, I know OneDrive. I use it at work. I hate it. Because my internet's bad at work. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Thanks, Parrot. That's actually perfect. So that means I'll tell you what I'll do then. I think how I can do that without setting anything. That works. I think now. Oh, blimey. Usually. Sorry, guys. Oh, Parrot, you're bob on there, actually. Yeah, save it to the OneDrive and do it that way. But how much gig do you get on OneDrive? Is it something only like 5 gig or something? Can take a while up to... Yeah, that's the only issue. Just not sure. That is a very good way of doing it, though, Parrot. Thank you for the suggestion. Because unfortunately, I don't have a huge amount of money. I haven't for an extremely long time. Not that I want huge amounts of money. I just want to be able to have a few things in life. You know, a new pair of trousers, shirts, maybe, and an editing suite. It's not much to ask. But yeah. Yeah, I've got a number of things actually, Dan. Oh, hold on. 2 secs. Just load it up. What was I going to say? My workshop. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wrong one. I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4-star items, mate. A number of these should be 4 stars with the amount of downloads they've had, I think. Where are we? So like 1,028 against 517 visitors. So that is one of my best blueprints, believe it or not. But items, for some reason I've got a troll after me, and every single one they put as a negative. So for instance, when Fundlands come up, in the first day I had 2 negative scores. I think it was 2. Yeah, 2 negative scores for no reason at all. Can't think of it why. Well, I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that this park brings that status. Who's messaged me? Oh, I got a new invite. Who's invited me? Oh, damn. There you go, dude. Accepted. There you go, friend. So yeah, it's frustrating when you get such praise for your work, but people troll the crap out of you. And it's the same on YouTube with the POVs. Every now and then you get someone just stick. I mean, don't get me wrong, not everyone likes your stuff. I understand I'm not perfect. I understand that people may think, oh, you know, it's not that great. Fine, that's your view. But don't upset people. Do you know what I mean? if I don't like something, I'll put a comment on potentially how it could be improved. But one thing I'd never do is put a comment saying it's crap, or I'd neg it out. There's only 2 people in this world that I do that to, because unfortunately I've tried to help them in this game, and both of them, because I didn't do things quick enough, or you know, there's a gentleman that actually got reviewed the other day. One of his parks on Channel 5 was called Atlantis. And this gentleman, we spoke for good on probably a year. He's you can have a look at his name tag. I'm not going to be like that. That's just not worth it. But in my eyes, he's not worth it. And I don't mean that to be horrible. I mean it as the truth, because this gentleman has no idea how to speak to people, how to treat people, or be nice to people. So I thought to myself, do you know what? I'll help him out. I'll give him some guidance into how to build coasters and so forth, and try and help out the best I can with being a nice guy. Because people have done that for me. Because at the end of the day, you start this game, and you know it takes a while to get used to. It really, really does. And people, everything that I've done and everything that I've learned has been picked up off the way people build. Now, I take note of certain ways people do it and so on. Now, I wouldn't say that I use their techniques, but you mold yourself around other people's abilities. So, for instance, if you see a certain way that works and it works for you, why not do it? So, this gentleman would continuously text me at 1 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, whenever. He had no idea of timescales. Now, bearing in mind, this gentleman was in America. Now, one day, he's building this Atlantis park about 6 months ago. And he asked me how he could improve something. So I said, well, why don't you, basically it was like this. The coaster, actually, hold on. Where is it? Coaster come through like this. Okay, flip the water, and basically wanted water splash and a few other bits. And I said, well, what you want to do is put the sprays in, larger ones at first, going down to smaller ones, and do it as the coaster comes through, because by the time the coaster gets there, the jet needs to start going. So I was just trying to advise him on timings and everything. I wasn't telling him exactly how etc. Now, some people may like his stuff, I'm not too sure, but when this person decides to enter a spotlight, which was, hold on a minute, the Jurassic World coaster he had no problem with, and I was mentioned in that one, that was fine. It was the next one. He did a park, I think, with 28 coasters or 40 coasters or something like that. And no matter what PC you've got for this game, it will not run it. It's fact. Just doesn't work. And he would not listen, and he didn't over theme, but he'd dump theme. So what he'd do is he'd download something off the theme off the workshop. Say, for instance, Looney Tunes characters and stuff like that made out of basic shapes. First of all, he wouldn't thank the people that did it in his builds, which I find a little bit disrespectful. But again, everyone to their own. And then I tried to say to him, look, this is just crazy. And lo and behold, he got a bad review. Because one of the major things he doesn't do is when he builds a coaster, he uses angle snap. He uses 15 degrees of angle snap. And he believes that that's the way to make a coaster smooth. And I said, unfortunately not. You need to be a little bit more detailed in it. And you need to turn off angle snap and smooth them out as you go and individually do them like you do to make proper coasters on this game. To which point, he turns around and tells me to kill myself. So to this day, since that time, I have never spoken to this gentleman because I have absolutely no interest. So I can only imagine that it's him that goes round trolling the crap out of all my builds, should I say. So if it is him, whatever, don't care, mate. Don't really bother me. Because at the end of the day, I'm a master, verging a legend, and you're a person that has to pay for your reviews. So That's not being big-headed. That's just being factual. So yeah, nothing else to say really on it. But sorry I went on about that. But I can't stand people that treat people like that, because at the end of the day, I know you guys don't really know me, but you know, I'm a fairly sound kind of guy. I do the best I can with this game to make it work for me. And if anyone asks me a question, like you all have over since I've been streaming, I'll answer it, honestly. And if I don't know how to do something, I'll tell you I don't know how to do it. Or if I'm no good at it, I won't do it. It's as simple as that. But this person just didn't like constructive criticism, and that was the same from Channel 5. He instantly told me that he was going to cancel his Patreon. There are a bunch of see you next Tuesdays, blah, 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 blah. And I just basically said to him, I said, you need to grow up, mate. And then, yeah, told me what he told me I had to do. And I sat there and thought, you know what? People like you just aren't a nice guy. But, and guess what? He's still a Patreon. He's still trying to milk everything he can out of it, but treats people that are decent to him like a piece of poo. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to say it because it's just not worth it, but you can figure it out. You know his latest build anyway, it's Atlantis Park. That's all I'm going to say. And it was the same Jurassic World coaster. But anyway, people like that give me the urge to really get on in this game and have some fun with it. And it's guys like you that listen, watch, enjoy, even though how boring I can be, etc. But just enjoy what I build, and that's the whole reason why I stream, the whole reason why I play. One other main reason why I play, but I'm not going to go into that one. Just love the game, really. So let's we won't lower those yet. So how's that look, guys? Does that work? Totally agree, Parrot. I'm doing a mega part, but that's less than 20 coasters. Watching me past stories. Yeah, I mean, this is a good idea for how many bits and bobs you can fit in a park. Unless you have a major super duper PC, you know, with an NVIDIA 3090 XT or whatever it is, RTX 3090 or AMD 6900 XT, etc., and you've got the most powerful CPU in the world, etc., blah 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 blah. This is pretty much where you're going to get to. So I mean, I can't remember how many coasters I've got now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in total at the moment, with one potentially more to come in. So 10 coasters, flat rides, you don't really want to go more than 12 to 15, and then you're all right on piece count. I've got a feeling I'm going to be over 100,000 on this by the time I'm done. So I mean, this little beauty at the entrance is 4,000, just this one piece, and there's still more to that that's not selected. So and then I think we got 18,000 pieces there. This one building here, well, that roof alone, just the roof is 4,000 pieces, literally just the roof, which is crazy, but it pops and it looks wicked. So I think, anyway. Do you know what, Dan? I've noticed medium graphics, believe it or not, especially on this. If you watch this, this is hilarious. So if I go medium graphics, medium, apply, okay, resume. It's a little bit smoother, but I can't play like that. I can't do that. It does my my eyes in. It really does. And the textures of things, I mean, it doesn't actually look that different. So I'll go back to custom. So none of that actually changes. It's just the distancing and the reflections and so forth. The major things that make a difference are: 1, people; 2, coaster supports. So the less coaster supports you have, the better. That's the reason why I'm always working my coasters around the terrains. There was a guy I watched, I can't remember his name was, I think it's Toadlet, and he did a little experiment. He had an open map and basically did 10 of like the same coaster, 15 of the same coaster, then done one of every coaster and did them at like 3,000 meters lengths or 2,000 meter lengths, etc. And he was testing the frame rate, and one thing he noticed was support. Now that doesn't mean do your own custom supports, because obviously that increases the piece count, so it's a catch-22 when it comes to that. But what I mean by it is if you literally have that going through your whole park, like this gentleman did, on every single coaster you build, plus having custom supports, you're then in a situation where all you've got is coasters and support. Like this today, what I did before I came online was did a load of terrain work to just kind of even it out, make it look a little bit better, but also just to lower the supports. Like this level of this hill here was all the way down the bottom. So one, it sorts it out, makes it look a little bit more detailed, but secondly, it lowers the supports, which gives you a better frame rate. Yeah, I've actually always played on Ultra, believe it or not, even when I had my old AM3 setup, and it just worked really, really well. Ah, do you know what? I've messed this up now, haven't I? Because I have moved and none of them are flat. Oh. So it's experimental, should I say, in how you can play the game to make it work to your setup, should I say. But then we all know this. The thing I try and do is a bit like Nimsel, is try not to use ThemeMaker's Toolkit as much as possible, but at the same time incorporate a tiny bit so that it works. Johnny proved a massive point when it comes to, I think it was Pyrolandia actually at the beginning of it, when Channel 5 Gaming, when he loaded it up, it was quite laggy because it had quite a number of ThemeMaker's Toolkit in there. But what he then did was deleted the ThemeMaker's Toolkit, and yeah, it made a huge difference to the frame rate for that particular review. So yeah.
Oh! Yeah!
لما توصل وزا اجري تجلد Ramiro Chami Coastering ALL.
Devil got to thousand.
لا بعدها فوز كونا Stella staring or higher.
Huh? In the east.
It's going down a little bit. Let's see what it is. Reddit. Yeah. 24 to 25 frames at 5,000 gas. Yeah, Giga again, yeah. I love it. This is coming along nicely now. Yeah, frame rates decreased, should we say. That's with 5,284. I think it goes up to about, crikey, look, still pouring in. Hate the way they don't go through the middle. See, look, they don't go through the middle for some reason. Well, hey. The way the game plays. So, what do we reckon we'll get to? I reckon about 8,000 people at the minute. With the way the theming is, because they're not coming up this end. Well, they are, but they're not in there. Not like this. Fireworks show. I would love to. I'm going to have to see what the piece count's like by the end of it. See what the frame rate is. I genuinely would love to get into making a fireworks show. And I think having it, I don't know, probably have it go off here, maybe. The reflections on the water would be phenomenal with the lighting, I reckon. So, how many we got pouring in? Still pouring in. 6,500. Yeah, it's something I'm going to look into, Dan. Got to do something with the front here as well. I'm actually contemplating. No, I won't do a third lift if I was going to. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, Dan. Yeah, no, that would be appreciated. But let me get towards the end of the park first, just to see what the frame rate's like more than anything. Because one thing I hate is when you load up parks and they have a great fireworks show, but it doesn't work properly because of the frame rate. So, 7,500 people, and we're running at 21 frames a second with every single ride open, full, and operational. So, yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, you're not going to ever have this amount of people in the park. I mean, it's just mad. Well, unless you've got a crazy PC. I thought I took these out. Pause. Delete. On one. out. There we go. Still looks good. Creates a better walkway. Entrance, use Coastering ALL for near time however late. We're here. I don't want to spoil that view though, mate. I've got that central look down the middle. I just thought about like rocking it up with trees and bits and bobs and stuff. You know, a bit Fundlandy, should we say, or Fundland style. Really need to figure out. I'm thinking of doing a dart ride, guys, but a dart ride that I've never done before. Something different. Not something different, but something I haven't done before. All underground. And my thoughts were, I know it sounds silly and a bit lame, but let's just pause this up so it doesn't die on me. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Tell you what I found on the workshop the other day with these. These look absolutely amazing. Absolutely phenomenal, this. So gorgeous. And they are made out of pieces from the game. It just looks... I think it's pieces from the game. Yeah, 2,500 pieces. Mad. For younger guests, yeah, I was thinking that down actually, but what I'm really thinking is utilising something that was really cool, but I can't. There it is. Really? Ugh. Actually, we could use this as a fun kiddie area. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm not trying to fill the park with blueprints, but I want to utilise my blueprints to show that whatever you build can be incorporated, should I say, in a positive manner. Oh, why is this doing this? Come on. So who's got how many hours on the game then? I'm running at 1,621 hours. Hey Jerome. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't feeling it, to be honest. I'm trying to think of how to, oh, here we go. Just trying to think of how to make this area a little bit more detailed, should we say. Now this is an entrance plaza I did for a competition, but what I thought was potentially using it as an entrance for a dark ride. What's that? I'm not sure if it's a bit big. Oh, golly, how did I... Oh, I had it. just not sure. I think it's a bit big, a bit cumbersome, maybe. Well, Dan, you get those numbers up, dude. Thought I was lagging behind at 1600. I think that's a bit big, to be honest with you. Yeah, it doesn't fit. Yeah, not what I wanted. Let's have a look then, Dan. Where are you? Dan, where are we, sir? Dan's theme park. Workshop. Very nice. Oh, is that little mini park contest they did? Yeah, I just didn't have time to do that, buddy. Very nice. I like the chimney. Works quite well. Probably would have only used one light on that, but everyone to their own. No, very nice, dude. What's this? Indoor adventure park. Excuse me. That's funky, mate. Hey, Mr. Basic Builder. How are you, sir? See, I haven't really got anything else. I mean, I could put some more. I don't really want to put any more pirate stuff in, to be honest with you. That's all I bloody got is pirate. Pirate. Right. Let's try and work this out a little bit better, because what I might do is have a path coming down the back here. No, we'll put a kiddie coaster in, I reckon. Who's up for that? Kiddie coaster? No, congrats, Dan. I mean, at the end of the day, I started off. I mean, if you have a look at what I did when I first started, mate. Where is it? Steam. I don't think I've ever deleted any of my blueprints that I actually uploaded. So everything you see on here is everything I did. So literally the 2.5 years that I've been playing this now, I started out with this. This literally was my first ever build. All gone wrong, it was called. It was just a B&M invert. It wasn't brilliant, but it got me into the game. Hello, Minotaur. How are you, sir? Lady? Hello? But this kind of got me into the game massively. And then I just started progressing from there. This was a park that I first started that I never got round to finishing. It was when I kind of got into downloading blueprints. I think I put, Swarm up the back here. But also this park was the challenge park for me. So I had posters in there at like 2,500 meters length and so forth. Good, Minotaur. What film does that remind me of? Role models. That's it. Minotaur. And I just never got around to finishing it because of frame count more than anything. And then as I progressed, I started theming things. So we had a little western shot tower. As you can see, one shot, very small description, etc. This was way before my Channel 5 gaming time. And then there was a park I did where I thought I'd just upload some coasters, and they never really got any. Well, this one actually got some downloads, but it was a shocking coaster. I think it was a Barkest, I think. Little runaway mine train. This was actually really cool because I put the train going through the station, but there is a downside to that, which is the reason why it's only had 138 downloads, is you have to delete the track to be able to put the queue in, which is a bit of a pain, but it's just the way the game works. Then they got into kind of the haunted bit. Again, didn't put many photos up, etc. Then this was where I really started to get into the game with the pirate theming. So this was from that park that was unfinished, and you would have seen this highly modified for Pyrolandia. Even Johnny's got me saying Pyrolandia now. And then again, another blueprint that I used for Pyrolandia, but again amended it. And then it starts going into a little bit more progressive builds like this. I'm surprised this has had so many downloads. I was at 158, but it's just something I use. When did I make this? I made this 15th of June 2019. So when did I finish Fundlands? Last year, March. Boost by its sci-fi theme. I've been thinking about sci-fi. It's something I've never done. And then really, I think it was this was where it all started to kick off for me, was the Project Pier that I did. Everybody loved this. I thoroughly enjoyed making it. Again, I was at a point where I started getting into Theme Maker's Toolkit. As the reason why you got the lights and the LEDs, well, the neon strips, etc. Now I've got a good review on Nexus Crew, but never been able to break the 1,000 barrier on that one. And then just started progressively getting into the odd build here and there. I absolutely love this entrance plaza. But again, highly done with Theme Maker's Toolkit. But people loved this. This was a good download of 698 against 519. So, and then what I should have done with this was actually done it as a park, but I decided to do it as a blueprint, and came out really well actually. But people have downloaded it, but it's a pain in the backside to get the terrain right, because one thing I didn't do at the time was manage the terrain. So you've got a lot of undulation in there, and getting it to didn't I do Castle Rye? I don't remember doing a castle. That was probably that one actually. And then you had Pyrolandia, which was my first build that got me noticed, and then that's actually had some good stats. 100 ratings, 3,500 active downloads, total of 4191. So actually that's my best ever blueprint. And the worst thing was that it highlighted the runaway mine train as I took the picture, which was a bit of a shit, but it happens. And then I thought, off the back of that, I'll upload some blueprints of the park. So you got the Twin Towers, shooters, etc. And then a couple of Christmases ago, I did the snow globe, and I thought, just off the cuff, I thought I'd send it into Channel 5 to get the Christmas, Christmas special. And lo and behold, I literally turned on the TV the day later, and there's Zell and Johnny done the video for it, along with Web Searcher's blueprint part. So that was really, really nice. The Nexus Crew did a good review on it as well. I thoroughly enjoyed making this, because this was totally out of the box, totally off the cuff. Everything I placed was just, you know, thinking along as I build it. And then that was done, and then I think it was about 19th of January last year, I think Pyrolandia got reviewed. And at that point, I hadn't actually done anything. Is it Castle Rye? Castle Ruins, I got it as. I don't remember it as Castle Rye. No, I don't. No, sorry, Dan. I don't remember it as Castle Rye, mate. But that was more of a ruins kind of thing, just to give it a little bit of a look. There was this one, which I think was Castle Rye. I think I labelled it as Castle Rye. Yeah, there you go, Castle Rye. Yeah, BMM invert. Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, it was a big silly coaster, to be honest. But the theming, I nailed it. I absolutely. This I'd probably say this actually and the Haunted Entrance actually really got me into the game, because these came just before Pyrolandia. These were at a time when I didn't have much, I had a lot of time on my hands and I was just messing about. But again, the issue is with this is the terrain work. And the terrain work is just a bit of a pig, should we say. And then I did a little pirate area for a particular park that I was just messing about with, to be honest with you. It was nothing major, it was just a little bit of experiment and so forth. And people have enjoyed it. I mean, 202 downloads is nothing on the grand scale of things, but... And then this is really cool, actually, just the lamps that I used in Pyrolandia. 263 downloads, which is all right. And then we start getting into, I wouldn't say big time, but things start to change quite dramatically. 962 over 475, so they're going well. The Roctopus was the one that really started to take off. And the funny thing is with this is there was just little tweaks that made that ride. Like the circled rings just around it where they stop, so that when you get off you know where you got to walk, etc., and stuff like that. The edging detail, but in daytime it looked just as good as well. It looks like you're in the water and so forth. It blended so well in the park. And then I thought I'd have a little go at a Planko entrance, just a little bit of a gimmicky kind of thing, but works nicely. And if anyone ever wanted to use it as an entrance, obviously they're more than welcome. But that was more of like a realism Planet Coaster style park. I think that was when Ghostbusters pack came out, I think, with this support structure. I can't remember. But again, Theme Maker's Toolkit with the circled roof, etc., however you want to say it. And then we got into Pyrolandia, and then Fundland come along. And again, I'm a little bit surprised it hasn't had so many downloads, but I think it's mainly down to the Theme Maker's Toolkit, the amount in there. There was a lot in there, and that was mainly down to the haunted house more than anything. And then we got into, I was working a collab with a man, and unfortunately he decided to, I don't know, not like a nice person, and went again. And then we got into Pirates Cove, which was genuinely done in 9 days. I thoroughly loved making this park. This was literally 9 days straight. Brilliant, mate. Negative. Good. Good for you, mate. I'm glad, Dan. I hope you're all right though, dude. You obviously have had it for a reason. And then we got into the Nexus competition, which was extremely difficult because I was back in work, and they decided to do a contest of push us to our limitations, should we say. I think that's the way to put it, where they only gave us like a week to do a 4,000 piece blueprint. And it was, I think the first one was a shop plaza, which was this. The second one was an entrance, which was the Fun Times Upside Down Plaza, which came out really, really well. This was modelled off Wonderworks, I think it's called, in Orlando, Florida. Not really modelled, just remembered. I'd been there when I was younger, and I kind of went with pretty much an identical look as an entrance to a park. It came out really well. The main bit was the inside, because everything's upside down, and it looks really, really cool, especially at night time. The fire works perfectly, because believe it or not, even though the flames are supposed to go up, they go down. So it still gave the same effect being upside down, which was brilliant. And then I thought I'd just add this bit on the back here as the kind of entrance spray off into the park if anyone ever wanted to use it. And it's had a good reception, to be fair, 294 against 292. Overall, I think it's a lot higher, 335. But again, negative rating for some reason. So someone's got to do it, I guess. And then we had my final entry for the competition, which was the musical lights. But this was so rushed. It was just, I was literally minutes before the deadline. I was messaging Pretzel saying, dude, I can't get it uploaded, it won't upload, etc. And that was literally, I'd just finished building it, and it came out nice. It came out nice, but A little bit over the top on the lights around here, but again, we had to do a ride skin that wasn't allowed to be certain rides, etc. And then you end up picking something and thinking, how am I going to fit 4,000 pieces in here? And before you know it, you end up creating a load of buildings. The nice thing is when you go round with the music, it actually works really, really well. And then again, this was a collab coaster that I built for somebody in a park. But unfortunately, that person again went away, and yeah, not nicest people again for some reason. I don't know what it is. And then we got the screenshots that I've done over the years of bits and bobs that I've done. Pirates Cove. And this was a shame. This was a dark ride / cascade that I started in New Build Park, but had that fail save and lost it all, and it kind of knocked me on the park, and that's kind of why we're still sat here. July 2020 I started this, and we're still going. And I've had numerous different style coasters, layouts. You can see how it started. And then we got the park that did it all for me, Fundlands, which was a joy to make, to be honest. So, excuse me. I'm probably going to go now, whoever's watching, last person. Appreciate your time. But I'm going to go now and say my goodnights, because I've got to go to work tomorrow. I'm absolutely shattered. So, just going to empty the park. See how that goes. It's nice to know though, at 7,500 guests, that we're still pulling 20 odd frames a second with where we are. So, yeah. Let's have some fun and see where they all go. See how they get blocked up. Well, that evac wasn't too bad. So what is going on here? Why won't they come out here? All very strange. One ride for it. so much to sort out on this with the terrain. So much. Okay. Right then, guys, I'm going to go now. So thank you for joining, whoever's left, and I hope you enjoyed. Wasn't a great episode this evening, so my apologies for that. But I will get back into the swing of things more often. Just need some rest, need a little bit of a break from work to be able to get back head back in the game, should I say. So you can kind of see where that's going to go, which is good. We have a haunted section at the back here, spooky, etc. Big building, big lift hill, etc. And I think after the guys' conversations today, we'll probably do something kiddie-ish around here. Just because we don't have that in the park, really, apart from this. So, yeah, until next time, stay safe, people. Happy coastering all. Love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.